Hello, my name is Michael Gary. I'm the head of content for Atmosphere, and we're here at the ATMO America 2022 conference in Alexandria, Virginia. I'm pleased to have with me today Sean Daly, Refrigeration Systems Manager for Hillphoenix, one of the leading providers of CO2 technology. And we're going to talk about a new product that Hillphoenix has introduced recently, which is the CO2One distributed system. Welcome, Sean.
Thank you.
Appreciate your being here. We'd like to know what led Hillphoenix, because Hillphoenix has traditionally been a rack-focused company. You're now going in a new direction with a condensing unit, kind of much different technology for CO2. What led to this introduction, and what do you hope to accomplish?
So I think if you look at CO2 as a whole and in general, it's been largely driven by economies of scale with the systems. And we see that there's a tremendous need for some of these synthetic systems that exist today to be able to provide a natural refrigerant solution. So we worked on the development of a smaller system, really more for smaller formats and also for supplementary capacity. I wouldn't expect it to completely replace existing single circuit HFC systems, but it's certainly there to supplement them.
To compete, in effect, with the HFCs, because there are HFC condensing units widely used in smaller, for instance, convenience stores and places like that. So this could be something that would compete in those areas.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
It's very exciting because really CO2 condensing units have been used widely in Japan, and they're starting to be used quite a bit in Europe. The U.S. has not really been a place where we see many of those. But so do you think that there's a real opportunity for this now to gain a foothold the way it has in other parts of the world?
I do believe there is, yes. Mm-hmm. And it comes back to the economics of being able to use CO2 in some of these smaller applications. So This is a pretty big step forward for us.
Yeah, absolutely. So convenience stores would be a potential target for this CO2 condensing unit.
Yes, and it's a good fit because right now you've got R290 as a viable solution for smaller applications, but there's that kind of middle ground between having a full-blown rack and having a self-contained system, and that's really where this is a good fit.
Yeah, right. And I believe the condensing unit, the CO2One unit, was introduced this year, and it's already has a few installations in the field. Can you talk a bit about that?
Yes. Yeah. So we don't have huge adoption yet. Of course, there's a cycle to that. There's been a ton of interest. We do have a few installations, as you mentioned, on things like walk-in coolers and freezers, even individual case lineups. So it's fairly flexible as well. It's not just replacing a walk-in cooler freezer application. We can do cases as well.
Cases as well. That's really going to be exciting. And it'll be interesting to see how it competes with R290, especially as the charge limit for R290 is expanding, and that already has a foothold in smaller applications. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out between CO2 condensing units and R290 self-contained.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I mentioned, you have the smaller end of the scale with R290, and with the individual or the single circuit CO2 condensing units, we can get up to about 4 tons of capacity. So it's a pretty good gap fill.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.